I thought I knew how to handle a bit of horror and tension in VR. Turns out, I was not at all prepared for Dreadhalls. Other Quest games like Red Matter have their unsettling moments, but it's nothing compared to the flat-out freak fest that is Dreadhalls. Most VR games give you a feeling of outsized power, like ninja antics or robot destruction. Dreadhalls, on the other hand, forces you into a powerless situation and breathes creepily down your neck the whole time. You begin the game in an underground dungeon. All you have is a lantern that barely illuminates the stone maze around you and a map that shows your progress. There's an exit somewhere to be found, but all of the gates are locked until you can find the bloody eyeballs that serve as magical keys. Unlike Resident Evil or other survival horror games I've played and enjoyed, Dreadhalls gives you no weapons, spells, or other defenses against the dark arts. As you creep around corners looking for a way out, you'll occasionally come across witches and monsters who will terrify the living snot out of you. You can't fight back at all. You can only run and hide. Like a well-planned Halloween house of horrors, Dreadhalls is designed to thoroughly scare you witless. A thrumming soundtrack builds tension out of a simple walk down the hall. Wicked whispers prickle your ears, and the sturdy wooden doors require a bit of manipulation in order to open them faster. Even the title screen made me jump, with its china cabinet falling on a violinist musical sting. It's hard to overstate how frightening the full effect is. Graphically, Dreadhalls is low-res, but high-impact. You can never see very far in front of you, and the occasional wide-open spaces might contain cut-up bodies, piles of bones, deep wells, or faces stretched out on racks. Since the map is randomly generated, the chills that you get from exploring an unknown maze can be renewed each time. Tension-relieving humor or help is scarce in this game. For example, the plucked eyeballs that double as keys are slightly silly. Occasionally, you'll find scrolls with cryptic messages, but if you stop and read them, it may leave you vulnerable to attack. And every time the game let me collect a coin or lockpick instead of a gun or lead pipe to swing, I'd curse the developers a little more. Of all the VR titles I've played, and including survival horror games on other platforms, Dreadhalls is by far the scariest. If feeling your heart racing in VR sounds like fun, and you're not at risk of full-on cardiac arrest, this is definitely a game to watch for with anticipation when it launches on October 3rd. But please, take this as a serious warning. This is definitely not the game to use to introduce your elderly grandparents to the amazing technology of VR.